You
You
are
you are
listening
listening
to
to
the
the
Black
Black
Love
Love
Experience
Experience
podcast.
I'm Amber.
I'm Tavares. We are the Black Love Experience. Welcome to our kingdom.
Welcome back to the show.
Hey,
Kings
welcome
and
back.
Queens Kingdom.
Hello.
How are you?
How's it going, baby?
I am fabulous. How are you, my darling?
I'm doing great. Welcome back to the Black Love Experience podcast.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen.
We're cooking it up today.
We are. We got the hot cooker going.
Yes, we do.
And we are talking about and cooking up
What is it, baby? What is it, baby?
A topic that
what you got sizzling over there? I know you got something sizzling over there.
Would really love to hear from the kingdom about as well as we dive in. We're talking about Nigrescence.
Oh, Nigrescence.
Yes. Are you asking yourself exactly what we asked ourselves when we heard that term? Nigrescence.
I definitely had some thoughts about
What
my
is-
own experience with Nigrescence, and they came
Yes.
to mind vividly and quickly.
Same here.
Mrs. G is cooking it up today, y'all, with Nigrescence.
Yes. Nigrescence.
So, you want to talk about some of your moments or experiences with Nigrescence, or you want to just...
Well,
let's
I think we first need to sort of
explain
give
to the
quick,
people what it is.
quick
All right,
little
cool.
overview, and
That's
then,
right.
Yes, absolutely. Let's dive
All right.
in.
So-
Let's dive in. So today on the Black Love Experience, we recently saw a great program on Hulu.
Yes, we can say that because we got to get the
Right.
check. Boy, CTC, CTC, Hulu.
On one of those great streaming platforms.
Yes.
And we heard the phrase Nigrescence.
Yes.
And we both were like, what is Nigrescence? And apparently there are 5 stages to Nigrescence.
Correct.
And we had to look up the definition.
Definitely did
How
that.
is it defined?
For sure.
So what did we find the definition of Nigrescence was?
We found that the definition of Nigrescence is that, well, first, there are the 5 stages. So we should probably share that first. So the first being the pre-encounter, right?
You need to, the definition of Nigrescence is developing one's racial identity as a Black person. Okay, so that's in the broad term,
Yes.
Nigrescence.
Correct.
I am a biracial Black woman, so that strikes many chords with me, and I am immediately catapulted to my childhood and my adolescence when I think about that. And then we learned that there's actually 5 stages of Nigrescence.
Correct.
Okay, so as you're developing our identity, our Black identity, and then in the present, fast forward, we're here in a Black Love Experience.
Correct.
These 5 stages are stage number 1.
Which is the pre-encounter, the stage at which a person idealizes whiteness and white culture. So at this point, you are experiencing it. You have probably thought that this is the way things are supposed to be as a Black person. Now, this is what had kind of struck a chord with myself because I have felt like that at times before. Not so much that I needed to be like a white person. However, I felt like there was a part or a space in my life where I had to, conform to some type of way in order to, as one of my boys would say, play the game. And I was not good. Look, y'all, not good at playing the game. I've always had the kind of spirit that really wanted to be its own leader. And I don't see anything wrong with that. And so when I've been forced to be in a box, it just hasn't really felt natural. So that resonated with me off top. So, yeah.
For myself, I would have to say I developed the stage 1 pre-encounter stage of Nigrescence growing up in Marin County
Okay.
with, a single mother who was of, Caucasian European heritage. And that was like my entire adolescence. Preschool, elementary school, middle school. I was raised in a predominantly white community.
You probably had kids walking to you saying, "Hey, you don't sound black. Why you talk like that?"
I mean,
right?
I heard it all. I heard it all.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, all the popular kids, right, are these white counterparts out there.
I get
and
it.
yeah, that if you wanted to fit in, you had to, try to be down like that, or at least that's what you would think. That type of pressure is around you. So those were a lot of my pre-encounter stage ones. Growing up in Marin County and knowing upon high school graduation, being one of very few blacks in my graduating class at Novato High School in 1995. I ran as far and as fast as I could.
I get it.
Right on down to San Jose, where I met you, my king.
I'm going to dig a little bit deeper into the pre-encounter so that folks, really have a little bit more of an understanding.
Okay.
The pre-encounter
Yes, please do.
stage is characterized by an idealization of the dominant traditional white worldview and the degeneration of a black worldview. There are two forms of pre-encounter, active or passive. People in the active pre-encounter stage deliberately idealize whiteness and white culture and form anti-black attitudes and behaviors. In the active variant of the pre-encounter stage, the separation of personality identity from the group identity is evidenced. On the other hand, people experience passive or assimilating pre-encounter tend to believe that personal effort will guarantee passage into white culture. I know some people like that. The realization of the American dream, such people are highly motivated to be accepted by the dominant group, and at the same time, they also accept the negative stereotypes of blacks and the positive stereotypes of whites, since their views are influenced and reinforced by the dominant culture and institutions. Ding, ding, and ding.
Thank you, Wikipedia.
Thank you, Wikipedia. So, I know what I've experienced. I'm not going to speak for everybody. However, I would find it maybe a little hard to believe that, there hasn't been many people who've had these types of experiences. Think about the first time, I remember the first time I was stopped by the police and how that felt, right? Like, there's, how's that for a pre-encounter? You dig what I'm saying?
I am also discovering tales from my white mother's wonderful, well-kept memoirs.
Is a trailblazer.
That there were many encounters with the police with respect to my twin brother and myself, and our beautiful dark golden tan complexions and high yellow complexions and whatnot that
You're
we
so
were
beautiful.
often questioned about. How come you skin? And for me,
why is your hair like that?
Yes, it was about my hair. I didn't have straight, thin hair.
And kids will say anything.
Oh, man.
Okay, we all know this. And as you get older,
so hard to deal with.
And the trip is, as we get older, you would think that people...
That was the idealization of
right?
whiteness around me. That I would literally tie scarves in my hair and pretend that I had, beautiful ponytails and was swinging ponytails behind me.
That's what the dominant group showed and taught.
It was
You dig?
tough. Yes.
But we're here to talk about it right now on the Black Love Experience
That's
podcast.
right, that's right,
So
that's
this is a great one. You cooking, baby?
Yeah.
You cooking?
So of course, then you move on to stage 2, right?
Definitely.
So you have the pre-encounter. So
What's
naturally,
next?
stage 2 is going to be the encounter.
Correct.
Right? So
What's that, babe?
That general definition of the encounter stage is a conscious awareness that the white world is no longer viable and that one must find a new identity.
So this is the part for most, or for a lot of young black males and females, where I would say an encounter with, whether it's law enforcement, right? This is the point where they realize, oh, okay, well, when things, because let's be honest, if you're in a group and it's a multicultural group and something goes bad, the police tend to look at the black youth first, or a little bit more, I would say, with that, kind of eyeballing them a little bit more. And so I think in a situation like that, a lot of kids will see what it really feels like to be black with their white counterparts.
Yes.
And that's, in a situation like that.
Yes, sure.
For sure.
In that particular circumstance.
Because now they're looking for a new identity. It's almost like if I'm with my white friend and I clearly see that I get treated different and my white friend gets treated different, at that point, there's that encounter. And I'm like, you know what? Okay, it's clearly different for me and you when I go to your part of town. Mm-hmm. And I may make different decisions. I may not even hang out over there anymore. I may not even hang out with that friend anymore because at that young age, I'm now being made to feel like I'm wrong just because of the color of my skin. So how am I going to really, I'm going to rebel in some sense, but I'm also going to distance myself. So that for me as an encounter, I said that, yeah, man, like it's a trip.
It is.
It truly is a trip, man, because you see that.
I'm always blown away by the stories of those encounters for you. In my world as a biracial black woman, I had many encounter moments, especially going through pageantry, which was what I reflect on as my personal journey of self-discovery, most especially in terms of my identity and who I was. I also encountered the stage 2 area, the stage 2 of Nigrescence when I left my bubble and came to San Jose and went to San Jose State. And SJSU was just so multicultural. It was so diverse.
A lot of different colors.
Young 18-year-old. I shortly thereafter, met you, the love of my life, who I didn't know was going to be my king ultimately. But I was very much understanding and aware that I needed to find that new identity. I needed to break away from home.
And it was tough for you to even integrate with the black kids. Because they
time.
felt like, okay, let me put it like this. Did you feel like you had to work harder to show your blackness?
Yes.
Wow.
Big time.
Wow.
And one of the things that I did in order to, I guess, endure and continue developing my identity as a black woman and prove my blackness was I pledged a little sister sorority from a black fraternity.
Wow.
On campus, so that I could really just dive into the culture. I had always wanted to be a part of a black sorority, and I guess this was one of the things that helped me to also understand black life, black college life. My roommate, Keisha, she was amazing.
Shout out Keisha.
Hey Kiki, how you doing, girl?
What's up?
And she was actually one of my sorors, one of my pledge sisters, and there were like 10 of us.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, it was a pretty big line, and it was a really amazing experience and totally also added to my influence of ending up with a degree in African American history and studies from SJSU. Shout out Spartans. Woo,
what up, Spartans? What up?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, that encounter stage for me was at the end of my teenage years and into my young adulthood.
Okay.
And where I really started to have that freedom as a woman, as a black woman, and then, of course, developing my identity and my Nigrescence.
Very well said, babe. So the encounter, the encounter stage is characterized by a conscious awareness that the white world view is no longer viable and that one must find a new identity. This awareness is usually aroused by an event or events in the environment that profoundly touches a black person's inner thinking, spurring them to reevaluate the relationships between blacks and whites. And the event or events makes it impossible for the person to deny the existence of such a contradictory relationship. The struggle that follows the confrontation is composed of mixture of feelings such as confusion, hopelessness, anxiety, depression, and anger. The person has to search their own self-identity in relation with racial identity and their ascribed racial status in the society. Ouch. That's a lot to take on.
Again, Wikipedia definitions of what stage 2 of Nigrescence is referred to as the encounter.
But just that
stage.
last part, though, I mean, just like...
And what you didn't see was my husband raising his
Yeah,
hand.
the part where it says the struggle that follows the confrontation is composed of a mixture of feelings such as confusion, hopelessness, anxiety, depression, and anger. Yeah, absolutely. For sure, man. Because
a foredescribed
for
example.
sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I felt all those things
I know
because,
can
you know,
relate.
because once, I mean, look, you have all these, like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of places you go, you still hear those dog whistles, right? So you got that to deal with. And then you realize that, you know, where you're beginning and how that came about. You realize and you understand the generational trauma that's attached to all of that. And not just for myself, but for pretty much every black person walking on the face of the earth. So when you look at, for me, when I look at it in such a broad scope, it's like, damn, I mean, we were damned from the beginning and we're always going to be working from this deficit. So it's really hard to get ahead no matter what the situation is. Even I believe, even when I think I'm ahead, I'm still finding myself having to work like 3 and 4 and 5 times as harder. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about that? Or for yourself, I should say.
For me personally, I believe...
Like, are you having to work harder? Do you feel like you have to work harder?
In order to continue establishing and developing and growing within myself, yes.
Okay.
Because I like to personally challenge myself.
Oh, definitely.
But
that's dope.
I also think that it sort of leads us to stage 3, which is known as immersion, and that's where a person just withdraws into blackness and the black world as a whole. And I think that stage, for me personally, again, collegiate years and probably into, you know, I don't want to date myself, but into my early 30s, which wasn't that long ago.
You're so silly. On that note, let's go ahead and take a break, y'all. This is the Black Love Experience podcast. We're going to pay some bills.
Back.
We'll be right back. Peace. You're so cute.
I love you.
Be sure to catch the BLX podcast right here on Anchor.fm weekly.
Welcome back to the Black Love Experience.
Hello, kings.
Podcast.
Hello, queens. Hello.
Hey, kingdom.
All right. We're cooking it up right now, talking about Nigrescence with Mr. and Mrs. G.
Yes.
Babe,
King
you were
and
just
Queen
talking
G.
about, yes, my dear. You were just talking about immersion, which is stage 3 of Nigrescence. And please, finish what you started. I think you said where the person withdraws into blackness and a black world. Please elaborate. Let's talk about that. So
yes, we were talking about Nigrescence, developing your racial identity as a
and you
black
mentioned
person,
your collegiate years.
And then for myself, you know, we're giving our own personal examples of
Sure.
these. Nigrescence has 5 stages. So
Definitely.
The immersion stage for me, I was most prominent during my college years
Okay.
at San Jose State.
Okay.
And really seeing and just being completely immersed into Black culture, especially with all of my curriculum at San Jose State. I just could not get enough. I was so
that's nice.
hungry for my historical background and information that I was lacking.
That's so beautiful.
During my adolescence. It was missing, you know, major rich history, not just the surface U.S. history that
The stuff
talks
that
about
they want us to
slavery.
know, yeah.
And, you know, I want to go back to where it all began. I need to go back to the motherland. I need to go back to Africa. I need to go back to where did all of this even start? How did I come to be myself?
I heard that. And I love the fact that you say that you were hungry for that information. That is so beautiful to me. And I feel like that's what's really lacking with the youth today, that generation gap that
Right.
people speak of. Let's talk about the informational gap, right? Let's talk about the black informational gap.
The digital gap is what we're talking about. And
Exactly, which is
that we were of the generation that that came much more into fruition for like your daughter's generation.
for sure.
Who was born the year we graduated from high school.
Right?
Or me,
Right.
excuse me. You were
And I love the
year
fact
before
that again, that you say that because I feel that is what's really missing from the youth today, even from the schools. Well, I'll just say from the youth, and then that probably takes it back to the home because that hunger, like where is the hunger for the young black youth to really want to know and go in search of the information? Like, why isn't there a hunger,
That's
a desire?
probably our duty. You know, that's part of our journey and our,
Okay,
and our
I'll take
calling
that.
we're developing.
I'll take
we
that.
want
That's fair.
to reignite that excitement.
That
with-
hunger
with
for the
yes,
information, for sure.
the enthusiasm, and
Yes.
and you know,
the excitement to want to
we
know.
have the best opportunity to do that and help our generations underneath us, our daughters, our grandchildren,
Definitely.
understand and hopefully endure positivity when going through Nigrescence.
It's difficult. I think it's going to, well, I won't say that. I'll say it may or may not be challenging for them to really, as they go through the Nigrescence, right? Just because of, I feel like with the digital divide, the black heritage culture, it seems to be getting more and more lost as time goes on. That's why I feel like with what you said is so profound. I think if we can encourage more young black youths to be
Yes.
enthusiastic and excited
Yes.
about wanting to know
Want to
more
know.
about the culture, I think it would really mitigate and it would help to really play or really just to do away with a lot of black on black crime, really,
Yes.
because they would understand, look, we come from kings
That
and
too.
queens
We are standing on the shoulders
of giants.
greatness.
Absolutely.
Look at the first black female vice president of the United States.
mean, man, there's so much
We
going
had
on
the
that's to be
first
proud
black-
of.
I mean, we have so many amazing moments because we have had to struggle and work so hard for the recognition as a people.
Absolutely. So
And
why destroy that?
please,
It's
We can't have any more. I can't.
We need
even
to rise up
name. There's
and
just
stay
too
up.
many to name.
for sure. So
Let's
stage
just continue
3,
that positivity.
immersion, where the person withdraws into blackness and
Yes.
a black world. My first time, how was that? That probably would be, that would be when I first heard, and I know that I already know how people are going to be like this, but it's the truth. My brother Terry, rest in paradise, my brother, he had played Too Short for the first time. When I heard Too Short, I heard Freaky Tales.
Okay.
That, for me, was my withdrawal into blackness. I remember hearing that record and being completely blown away, and even being more blown away that he was from the Bay Area. And then Pac really cemented it. Pac
Yes.
really cemented it.
Yes.
He was like
our time.
when Keep Your Head Up came out, that was it for me. When Brenda Had a Baby came out, that was it for me. That really hit home as well. Just the whole vibe of that video, shot in black and white.
Yes.
Just seeing the teen walk the streets
So
of
raw.
it was raw.
Yes.
And it was through a lot of I found a lot of beauty in earlier black movies, the movies about crime and things of that nature. So,
I think that helped us to evolve to stage 4, which is immersion.
Yep.
And simply you're accepting the many different ways to be black. Like,
Oh,
of
yeah.
course, music was the
Oh my gosh.
personification of our time and of
Mm-hmm.
what it meant to be black growing up.
And our culture.
Especially in the West Coast. Oh, man. I mean,
Definitely.
the-
Worldwide for sure, but you're
the
right.
East Coast, West Coast wars were huge because, I think that everybody, no matter where you're from, but especially during that time,
During that
we
time, it
saw
was,
such a battle to,
which
show
I didn't really understand. I mean, now
what
looking
it
back,
meant to be black.
And that's the
And
thing.
we lost a lot of great ones too.
Lost a lot of great ones over
Rest
such
in
a
peace,
senseless
Pop.
beef.
Rest in peace, Big.
You know,
it was senseless.
But-
But again, we continue to climb the shoulders and the rungs of those that came before
me.
us, and really just seeing that, understanding that, and knowing that the melanin rainbow, there's just
I love
so
how you
many
put that.
different hues of blackness.
the
So
many shades of melanin. I say it often.
and you always call mine out too. It's
Oh, for
hilarious.
for sure.
It
You know,
is hilarious, y'all.
when you understand that there's different ways of being black. I remember being a kid and hanging out. I had friends on different sides of the city, so I was hanging out on the east side or the west side or the south side or the north side or whatever. And I would encounter other black kids, and they would be like, "Yo, you don't sound black. You don't talk black." And that's when I realized that there were
that all
different
the time.
ways of being black. And I'm like, okay, so for me, it was like, well, how do black people talk? Like, how do they sound? And for me,
What's the definition?
like, what?
I mean, that's
Yeah.
such a stereotype.
Yeah, right. Like, what you talking
Wow.
about? And what's even
Where
more
are you
mind blowing, more mind blowing is that this is another black kid saying this to a black kid. So,
Wow.
you know, clearly the dominant group has done their job in convincing a black kid or many black kids that we have a way of talking. And that's so not the truth. And so for me, that's what understanding the different ways of being black. And I see other black men and women. And, you know, the way I see it is, hey, be who you feel like you want to be. And if you are well spoken, I've been told. I'm sure you've been told. Oh, you
All
speak
the
very
time.
well.
Well,
You speak
know,
very well.
I was raised by the Caucasian side of my family. We're very, and I love each and every one of you, and all of them have had a very positive influence over me. It just took me to get to college to
For sure.
really, progress through my Nigrescence.
Yep.
And you know, I also immersed into the variations of being black and living my life as a black woman. Many of my most cherished immersive moments were through food, the soul food that was in my life. And
yes.
my grandmother,
good
rest
food.
her soul, my dear Natalie Holiday, she was the most incredible Creole cook. She was from New Orleans, and she was the pinnacle of blackness. And
So beautiful.
every time we were at her house to visit, and the first thing that we would do as soon as we came in the door, besides love on her and come give my dear some sugar, we would run in and give her lots of hugs and kisses, and then she would say, go wash your hands and sit down at the table, my dear, gonna feed you. And she would just, there was always something. If it wasn't gumbo, it was etouffee or
Oh,
some
nice.
sort of crawfish or
okay,
some
I see you.
Creole delight was cooking on the stove. It always smelled so good.
I love
and
that.
That was many of my immersive favorite moments. Walking down the street, Gilman Street to good old Candlestick to watch our 49er faithfuls. And, the Joe Montana era and living through the Jerry Rices and the Roger Craigs and, oh my gosh, the incredible 49er legends of that time.
And you were so you were witnessing also, many ways of
being black.
being
and just
black.
black.
And the many levels of success.
Yes.
While being black, being
Yes.
being able to see that, wow, you can be black and be successful, and having, great, strong images and symbols to back that
Incredible
up.
role models
Yeah.
back then.
That's nice.
So, yeah.
And
that
important.
was- yes.
And I think that's what, again, for the kids
Definitely
today,
creates who I am.
right on.
Adds to my fabric.
For the kids today, when it comes to, their, I guess role models, I don't know how I want to, use that word, but I feel like even today, what the black youth see today in the sports world, in the entertainment world, at times I'm curious if they're getting the best that they can get.
Authentic.
Well, if they're getting the best, yeah, if they're getting the best that they can get when it comes to authenticity and representation and symbols of success. Even for myself as a youth growing up, I would think about that. I looked at Tupac, I looked at Biggie. I saw that whole West Coast, East Coast beef and all that. Oh, yeah. I wasn't sure how I felt about it. I thought it was like, I don't know, maybe a bit out of hand at times.
It culminated in their deaths.
That's what I'm saying. So
definitely.
So I just think at this
doubt.
point in time in the world, I would like to think that our Black youth are getting a good, honest opportunity to have some good symbols and representation. But to each his own.
Okay, so then name some. I mean, we the first
name
person
what
that comes to my mind are the good examples of our Black youth can look up to.
Yeah.
The Steph Currys of the world.
For sure. They got Steph.
Top
they
fave.
have Kobe. They have
yes, Kobe, rest in peace.
They got Shaq. You have
Shaq,
there are so many. And then you got like Venus and Serena.
Yes.
You have Mary J. Blige as far as just a strong Black female symbol. Yes. You have Brittany Griner. You have a lot of people who have stepped up to the plate. And so, they have good representation, but it just seems like at times what's really depicted more so, or what they may be gravitating toward more so, I think at times isn't always, I don't know. I feel like sometimes celebrities.
LeBron James is too.
LBJ for sure, my bad. But
there's amazing, and the list goes on and on. So we just want
our Black youth. We just want our Black youth.
Deny anyone.
I love the fact of feeling like and knowing in my heart of hearts that we want the best for them, and we just want the best representation and the best symbols for them. Are we looking for perfection? Absolutely not. We know that our culture is not perfect, but damn it, we know that we worth it.
But we know we built this country.
And we know that too. Holla back. This is the Black Love Experience Podcast. We'll be right back. Body Synthesis assists you with stress relief, weight management, behavior change, sober support, positive self-talk, nutritious lifestyling, and more. Are you transformation ready? Call us now at 818-533-8059. And if you're online, check us out on Instagram or Facebook at Body Synthesis. Go to our website at thebodysynthesis.com. What's up, everybody? This is Tavares from the Black Love Experience Podcast. I just want to say hello and just send a little love to all of our listeners out there in the kingdom. When we do these shows and we allow our creativity to be on full display, we hope that we are encouraging a generation of creatives who love to push the boundaries with their creativity. It's such a blessing to be able to create shows and great content as Black people, knowing our very, very, extremely rough beginning. See, you can't break the spirit of the people, especially when you steal from the people. So, happy Black History Month. We are going to continue to create and hopefully continue to inspire a generation of creatives all around the world. You can create no matter where you are from, no matter where you are at. We continue to see examples of that within our culture, over and over and over. Love yourself, and you will love everything and everyone else around you. We'll talk to y'all soon. Until the next time, be the best versions of yourself. We love y'all. This is the BLX.
Welcome back to the Black Love Experience Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody.
Hey, thank you so much for coming on back.
Absolutely.
We are talking about the 5 stages of Nigrescence.
That's right.
And Nigrescence, for those of you that might just be joining the show, we are talking about the development of one's racial identity as a Black person.
Yes, yes.
And of course, that totally rolls into
gosh.
our Black love experience.
Completely.
All of our Black love experiences.
All of them, for real.
Because we are now at stage 5, which is the internalization stage.
Yes.
And, simply defined, this is the dissonance between the old self and the new emerging self being resolved. At this stage, a person might adapt a more nuanced definition of Blackness and reject that simplistic either-or definition. So a person's value and cultural styles, those are rooted in informed African-American heritage and history.
Correct.
Which I feel I certainly arrived at this stage personally post-college. Right? That's where I really got the root of my information.
I agree.
And really learned about my heritage there.
I
but,
feel you.
Again, finishing the true definition of stage 5, internalization of Nigrescence, the person is connected spiritually and physiologically to an African descendant community.
Yep.
So I absolutely feel like that is where we are. We have gone through this incredible journey of being reunited after nearly 20 years apart. Our love rekindled.
That's right.
And I feel in my heart of hearts that we have arrived at the 5th stage of Nigrescence as Mr. and Mrs.
It's a beautiful feeling. It's a beautiful realization. And I agree with you. The personal values and cultural style, which is rooted in the, African American heritage and history, for me, I have been enlightened by a lot, I will definitely say, in the last few years. I've been enlightened for a very long time when it has come to police brutality and just being profiled and things of that nature. I've often felt that anxiety, that eye on me in stores or just driving or at certain events, music, festivals, what have you. And it varies and it's different based on what state I've been to, right? It's more intense in other states, right? If I head down south versus being on the East Coast or the West Coast or in the mid. So, I just do my best to be at my best at all times and support my community by being that, right? By being my best self. Yes. Because I struggle with the stereotypical Black definitions of Black males. I do struggle with that because I'll be honest with you, it's easy for me to embrace the anger. It's easy for me to embrace that type of frustration. And then I want to be reactive with it. And then, there it is, angry Black dude. And then we're back to that again, right? So that's why the journey I've been on as an individual has been really about being the best versions of myself and evolving because I understand and recognize that we do stand on the shoulders of giants. And I do, one thing I think about is what would they, if they were right here in front of me, what would they say if they, look, based on some of the, how I've acted in my past, my reactive reactions. And I stopped to think about that. And some of them may be they may be finger waving bruh, we did that already. You ain't got to do that. True. But the generational trauma, as they say, the issue is in the tissues. And so that's why when it comes to stage 5, shout out, yep. That's why when it comes to stage 5, the internalization, it's now about community. It's now about, and it's always been about community, but I feel like I myself have arrived to a space in life where it's more dear so to my heart, and understanding our place in now the generational line, right? I think you kind of understand each one teach one. So we gotta share this information with the generation that's behind us and so on and so forth. So that, the information is passed on, because again, I feel like that's really lacking. And that's valuable information, man.
Very true. I agree wholeheartedly with everything that you've said.
Thank you.
For me, my love as well. You're welcome. In the eyes of a Black woman, internalizing my
Speak on
heritage,
it.
I think really became twofold for me through our engagement and as we led up to our wedding in the Caribbean and cutting my hair and really embracing myself, the identity of my culture with my hair, my nappy hair and it being short, and knowing that I was starting a new chapter of my life as a married Black woman, proud married Black woman, and
I love your hair.
queen, and really officially earning that title of being Queen Garrett. It really helped me to connect spiritually and psychologically with being Black. And I thought that that would be best represented by us getting married in the Caribbean around our community of our fellow Lucian brothers and sisters. We love you so
Shout out everybody at the St. Lucian Grand in St. Lucia. We love
St.
all of you,
Lucia.
every single one.
We love you, girl. Wow. Yes. So
Beautiful
for me,
experience, nonetheless.
it's been amazing. I'll live in stage 5 forever if I have my choice.
It's a beautiful place to
yeah.
be. Nigrescence is important. I love the fact that we've been able to take a journey as individuals and together through this Nigrescence experience. It is truly, well,
We want to hear about yours.
yeah, growing up,
Nigrescence as well.
growing up as a young Black kid, life can be and is very confusing, and it's very fluid, and there's you got to move by different rules, period. And that is what is so, it's so unfortunate, but I guess kind of fortunate that we kind of have that to kind of move by. At least we have that type of safeguard for our young Black youth. Yes. And the reality is we have to give them the talk. They got to have the talks about whether it be driving while Black, hanging out while Black. I mean, just walking while Black, traveling while Black. Mm-hmm. Yeah, those conversations have to happen. And if you think they don't, that's okay. I know from personal experience, it's best to have them because to have our children just to kind of be a part of this societal experiment where they go out into the world and they think it's all good and no one sees color. Yeah. Wish that were a true thing. And I can't just say, oh, it's where you're at. It's where you're from. No, the reality is a lot of the world, the majority, if not damn near all of them, we all look at race first. That's what you see first. It's just naturally what the eye captures, color. It processes it. Oh, they're this, they're that. Now we're at a place in society where we can say, some people who are more well-versed and other people's nationalities, they know exactly what they are, or they're very polite in how they address or ask. Mm-hmm. And look, if you encounter a Black person, let me just say this from my heart to everybody out there in the world. Please don't ever ask them if they're in a neighborhood and you don't recognize them from that neighborhood. Look, don't ask them if they're from there. It's rude, period. That's all I'm going to say about it. It's rude. Don't ask that question to a Black male or Black female. I don't care if you've never seen them before. Guess what? You ain't seen every Black person before. That's a fact. And guess what?
You probably won't.
And you probably will never see the same Black person ever again. That's just the fact. So, and it's just about being respectful and understanding, hey, we just like y'all. We like to live good. We like to feel good, like to keep our health. And, we like to bless people. So,
yes,
it's all love.
And love on people.
Look, the Black love experience is all about the Black love and Black loving somebody and loving somebody. Yes. So it's all inclusive. Having compassion.
Kindness.
Yeah, man. Come on, get
with
it.
Love for all. There are no color lines here, and there's no discrimination. Love who you want to love. Let's just all love each other.
And that's why we talk about
love each other.
Black love each other.
Yes.
That's what that's what it's about.
Life will be so much better. We appreciate you sticking around with us. And
yes, we do.
Pointed conversation about Nigrescence.
We
would love to know what your experience has been like with Nigrescence.
Please check
Kingdom.
all the links in the description of the podcast. Everything is there for you. Our email is
Holla at
there.
us.
Our Instagram is there. All the social media links
the
are
Royal
there.
Mail.
Remember, check out our description links. They're all there for you. We want to thank you, Queen. I want to thank you for another wonderful show.
Yes,
I
thank
love
you so
this.
much.
I love what we built together. This is dope.
I cherish it.
I love it. It's the first time it's ever happened. So, everyone tuning in, thank y'all for your
Yes,
time and for your
thank you.
energy. And thank you for riding with us and being a part of this Black Love Experience podcast.
Thank you.
All right. We out of here?
God bless and good night.
All right now. I like that.
God bless.
Peace out, y'all. Pussycat Pearly here, baby. Fluffy in the front, tight in the back. And if we going up, then we going all the way up. You dig? Now check this out. I'm always locked in. And I'm always locked in to the Black Love Experience podcast. They just give me what I need to get through the day. You understand what I'm saying? Do you really dig what I'm saying to you? It's really real up over here. Tell a friend, tell somebody. We always locked in. The BLX, baby. It's the Black Love Experience podcast. I am the only one you know. Meow.
Next time on the BLX. Date night with the Lindsays.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
Check it out.
On the next Black Love Experience
Podcast. I'm Amber.
I'm Tavares. We are the Black Love Experience. Welcome to our kingdom.